Hey, what's up? This is Todd Smith. I am back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Syntopia. And is Syntopia biased against Behringer? Now, I'm a person that's 100% neutral towards all manufacturers out there. I treat them all the same. And I spend a lot of time in the synthesizer realm, whether it be social media, online, web pages, whatever it may be. And there's been a lot of people calling out Syntopia lately for being biased purely against Behringer, specifically calling them out for every time they write about them using the word knockoff for every time they make a clone. The users making the claim state that they don't use the word knockoff for any other clone in history of the market, when in fact they were the same thing. Which is true. There's been a lot of other knockoffs, if that's what you want to call them, brought into the market. And it does feel odd to me that they only use the word knockoff on Behringer. I mean, how many 303 knockoffs have there been before the TD3? If you're going to call one thing a knockoff from a company, but not call something else a knockoff, it really does start to show favoritism in your writing. There really is just an overflow of anger in every single Syntopia post about Behringer. Now, even if the writers don't specifically, kind of single out Behringer as different to the rest of the market, I do believe if they are applying the word knockoff to just Behringer, it is to almost fit in and feed with the current hate train that is within the market and not seem too goody-goody and lovey-lovey about Behringer. Because I will be 100% honest, as a person who is 100% neutral and does not favor any single synth companies, the only company that I get called out for is Behringer. Just purely because I don't call out against them. And I treat them like every other synth company that I have and I've bought and I own. But since I do that, I'm a shill, I'm a sellout, I'm a Behringer fanboy, whatever they want to call me. And it's always in a very aggressive, negative manner, obviously. They are the only company in existence with that amount of hatred and kind of mob mentality behind it. I hate to say it, I think the knockoff term is because the writers behind there do have kind of a jaded view towards Behringer. The fact is, a lot of the big people in this synth community do have jaded views towards Behringer. You don't really see the big channels repping Behringer gear very often. A lot of the little writing sites and synth media forums have definitely, in my opinion, fed toward this anti-Behringer mentality. The fact is, the synth niche is super small. Even the biggest person in this niche is small. Whether you go by YouTube stats or you go by web page traction, I guarantee you take the stats of the biggest synth YouTuber, biggest synth webpage, and it is nothing compared to the big boys of other niches. The people in control of this niche, the people who got in early and created these news feeds and created these sites and created these big YouTube channels, have a lot of control over a very small niche. And in my opinion, a lot of the big people who have a lot of control don't really like Behringer and have helped feed into this mindset that you see today that is so overwhelmingly negative with everything Behringer does. Again, to the point that I get more hate and frustration and anger thrown at me for even just using or talking about Behringer gear in a positive way that I've never experienced before in 5 years of YouTube synthing. But that's just my opinion and kind of how I'm looking at it from the outside looking in, guys. So what's your opinion, man? I mean, because this is just one person's view, and I definitely respect yours. Do you think there could be some favoritism over there? Do you think when it comes to Behringer clones using the word knockoff only on their articles, singling them out as being less than? Or is that just writing? I would love to know your opinion. And as always, stay positive, stay creative, support each other, and peace.